All right, this is a daily chart of AAPL. AAPL is it, well, AAPL broke out just a little while ago. But before I go in and talk about Apple, I just want to mention that the videos become extremely clear when you have a big screen within 35 seconds into the video, 35 to 40 seconds into the video, so you will see everything very clearly, especially when I talk about our, and all my videos. For some reason, it takes YouTube, I don't know, 35 seconds into the video for it to get really, really clear and sharp. Anyways, basically, Apple right now is really in a chop zone. After it's had its earnings, I mean, we had a run into earnings, and the last buy point I talked about was the 486 area. Still, right now, Apple really needs to really bust above 533 again to get a push into the 550 area. So this stock still needs some time to build and consolidate, but it's getting ready, and I will make some more updates. But it's getting ready to make another move. In the meantime, in my video link, I'm going to go here. I want to explain something about another stock called STI. Okay, this is for the open-minded longs. But here you have Apple's a very expensive stock. But let me explain you a story. Basically, I made a video on STI, but I had lost it. But basically, these 34 calls, okay, they were a dollar. Now, the proof here is just to show you the power of this. This stock moved 4%, so 100% gain was made. Now, let's say you bought 10 options. They were worth about a dollar. Now, on the entry point, because don't forget that I have to bring up. Let's go back to the stock here. So STI, okay, and then we're going to talk about Apple again. But I just want to show this. So on this day here, I made a video and I was going to release it, and I did. I released it on the day of the move, but it was still good to get into, and I'll explain that if you look at part two. But the videos weren't clear, and I fixed that by changing the software and using YouTube. So, anyways, basically the stock had closed at 33.82. You can see if I click here on here, you can see over here in this air box here. So look over there that the price was, or you can even check on your chart on the 7th of November that the close was 34.30. Now let's go back quickly to the options here. So basically, if you realize that move, so the entry was 34 and a half to enter. Now the stock went to 34. The options practically moved because if you see it change 96, so they were a dollar. Okay, just like I explained. You can see that if it's up 96 cents, the change, that's about 96%, right? Now, not that you would have made 96%, you would have made about 80%, right? Because the entry, by the time I entered it, the options were $1.15 to confirm, okay? Because I had to break above 34 and a half, right? And on my profile, I have another option. You can go another stock example called UTX, and I'm going to be putting up other examples where I show the option price of the before trade and then on the after trade, right? No one's doing this, so it's something new that I'm doing, right? So follow me for more great advice, especially open-minded longs. But let's go back to Apple, AAPL. Apple's a stock that I made some really great profits in way back in July. I was a bull. I was a bull on Apple a long time ago. Okay, and the last move was over here. I caught it for some great gains, but it's a lot harder. I'll tell you one thing. The Apple's trades are a lot harder. Um, well, they're not a lot hard, they're a lot more expensive, and they're not more or less more profitable than getting into the SDI trade. And I have one called UTX. You can check out that video on my profile page on my stream. But Apple's setting up right now. It's been in a chop zone, right? I mean, we can see that here, and it needs a little bit more time. And once it really clears, at the moment, anyways, once it starts clearing the 534 area, then the stock is probably going to be based on what I'm seeing now. Now that we can get a better entry point perhaps in a few days, but at the moment, as I'm making this recording, and the example is to show open-mindedness that there's a lot of other opportunities. Check out my UTX video. Look it up on my profile page. If you're an Apple long, or like I said, I've been an Apple long and I made a lot of money in Apple on these directional moves. But trust me when I tell you, compared to some of my special setups and stocks where most people don't hear about, there are amazing opportunities, and without you taking the trades, you can follow and see for yourself. That's why I'm doing this, building trust. Thanks for listening. Like the video.